Hi guys, and welcome back. And in today's video, we're showing how to repair a cross-threaded Alko wall lock receiver. So in this video, Dad is going to talk you guys through how to repair it. So I'll pass you over to him now.
Thanks for that, Oliver. The products we're using here is a number 3 M5 to M20 tap wrench, and also a first, second and third cut M20 by 2.5 tap. Now you'll notice here, this is where we found that we had a problem. We were trying to install the Alko secure into the receiver. We couldn't get it in, and obviously there was an issue with the threads. So we purchased these from Amazon, and you can see that there's the 3 cut taps there. So there's the graduated one, which is nearest to the screen, and then obviously the full at the number 3 at the end. So you screw in the tap wrench for the first tap, which is the first graduated tap, and you'll see us after we've removed the wheel from the caravan to get access. I'm now very gently screwing in the first tap. So this is the most graduated one, first of all, to make it easy to get in there. I recommend that when you're screwing it in, you take some reverse turns just to relieve any swarf as you're cutting through into the receiver. Now, of course, what you want to try and make sure you do is that when you go in for the first pass, that you try and pick up the screw threads that are already there. You don't want to actually create a second number of threads, because then you're removing too much material from the receiver. So the alignment the first time you put that wrench and tap into the hole is very important, that you get it in the right place, but you'll soon know whether you're doing it right or not, because it will start to move quite freely. So I'm now removing that first tap and very gently and carefully taking it out of the receiver. You can see there's some swarf there, so there's definitely been some material removed, and that's cleaned up the thread. So now we're going to go in with the second cut. You can see the same approach again, but because this is now the second cut, it's a slightly different taper to the first. So it's a little bit more stiff, you can see, as I'm trying to get that into the bore. And as you can see, there's actually a little bit less material that's been removed there now, because the first cut did its job quite well. This is the final cut, so the third taper. If you buy a set of 3, you'll see it's very obvious the difference in the profile of the taps as you go through the process. So this is removal, and we now have a very clean bore. What I'd recommend you now do is use a hoover to remove any excess material that's left inside the bore, because of course if you then put the Alko secure into the bore, if there's swarf left in there, you're just going to repeat the problem you just had previously when you tried to get it and screw it back into the bore. You can now see that this is going in very easily. So this is with the tap, just to make sure that everything is working fine, and by taking the swarf out has really helped. Just going to give it a test now before I put the wheel back on with the receiver to ensure that everything is butting up nicely, and you can see there it's working absolutely fine. So the wheel's back on, on goes the Alko secure, and it's seated in there, you'll see in a moment, perfectly, and that's one repaired receiver. So everything's good, and it's saved us a lot of money. Obviously a receiver can be quite significant amount of money to replace, whereas these taps are typically around about £30, so it's good value.